Driving with John is coming through!
You've been my friend since day one, dipshit.
Hey, welcome to Driving with John. Today we're going to talk about whether you should get into trucking or not. Now, I can't tell you all the ins and outs of trucking, and I can't tell you about certain things I've never done, but let me tell you what I do know. Now, if you, let's say you decide you want to get into trucking and you want to jump in head first and go straight into being a contractor. Well, I've never been a contractor where I owned my own truck. I actually leased a truck from a company and was a contractor that way. I wouldn't advise you to do that. The only reason why I'm saying that is there's a lot of ins and outs to the trucking industry, and when you're just learning how to drive, you have enough on your mind that I don't know about adding all that to it. My personal opinion and advice would be to get into a company role. You know, you won't make near as much money, and you might not make money as a contractor anyway, depending on a lot of different things. But I would advise you get into a company driving role just to get your feet wet, get some experience, get some miles, learn how to drive in rain, learn how to drive in snow, you know, learn when not to drive, when to drive, you know, that kind of stuff. Learn the roads. I mean, in 2 years, I've been on just about every major highway across the United States. And, you know, it's good to know this stuff. It's good to have that knowledge. If you're thinking about going into contracting, when I first started, I went and I leased a truck from a company, and they took care of most of the stuff. But on the back end of that lease, I got slammed with all kinds of stuff. I mean, crazy stuff. And I didn't end up making very much money. Not that I'm saying being an independent contractor, if you own your own truck, is better or worse. Again, I don't have knowledge for that. I do watch a channel, a couple of channels of truckers that own their own truck. I'm going to tell you, as a company driver, and now a dedicated driver, which is still a company driver, I wish I would have started that way. Because the first 6 months, it was erratic. I had a truck payment.
Continue on route.
I had a truck payment, and I was always stressed about my truck payment. I would stay out on the road 30 days, sometimes as much as 2 months, just to make sure that I had enough money to pay all my truck payments and have money coming in to feed my family, and it was kind of crazy. Now, when you have your own truck and you're paying your own payments and it's not through a lease, I have a feeling that's probably a better situation, but I still wouldn't advise you to do it right off the bat. It's always best to educate yourself as much as possible before investing yourself into a situation like that. So, but from my experience, company driver. Now, when I first started out, I wasn't making great money as a contractor, and then as a company driver, I went straight to dedicated after being a contractor. And you know, I don't do great. I mean, there are lots of guys out here making a lot more money than me. But like I've said many times, you know, I don't do this just to make money. That is one reason why I do it. But the reason why I stay with dedicated is because I get to go home after, you know, anywhere from 9 to 11 days out, and I get to be home for 3 straight days. Most companies, you can't get away with that. So I sacrificed a little bit of money to have a little more home time and a little less time on the road. Not that I haven't spent more time than that as a dedicated driver on the road. There's been times I've elected to stay out, make extra money or whatever reason. But, like I said, it's all what's important to you personally. If you're a single person with no family and no reason to go home, you can just stay on the road all the time. You can make a boatload of money. I wouldn't advise you that you do, a company driver at that point. After you get your experience, I would go out and try my own thing at that point, because the only person that's going to suffer is me if I mess it up, you know what I mean? But since I'm a family man, my priorities are a little different, so that's why I stay dedicated. Not that I haven't thought about having my own truck or thought about doing those things. It's intriguing, to say the least, but it just doesn't fit my current situation. If I'm out on the road for 11 days and I go home for 3 days, and I have a truck payment coming up, and truck payments aren't cheap. I don't know what buying a truck would be like, but leasing a truck, I was paying like $650 a week, almost $700 a week, and that was like a year and a half ago. So I don't know if that's a normal truck payment. That's pretty high, and plus you got fuel, tires, maintenance, everything that goes along with it. All the permits, everything that goes along with it. Pretty much, it's a lot of stuff. And if you're not familiar with trucking at all, and you don't understand a lot of it, and then you try to do that on your own, you're gonna flounder bad. That's why I'm saying, my opinion, I could be wrong here. I've been wrong before, but my opinion is that you would, try to do a company driver thing first, get your experience. So this is all my opinion, but that's how I feel about it. If you are seriously considering being a truck driver, you can go pay for a school, or you can sign a contract with a company where you'll stay with them for a couple of years and they'll pay for your schooling. That again is a personal choice. Depends on what you personally want to do. Just make sure you read the fine print in every contract, because these companies aren't stupid. They've been doing this for years, and they know how to word things and put things in contracts that you don't even look for. And if you don't read it, you're never going to see it. So, and if you ever have any questions, the company that you're signing up with shouldn't have a problem with a lawyer looking at it if you have any questions about anything it says. So that's just some personal advice there. But so that's my trucking Monday, and I know it's kind of late in Monday. I apologize, but it's been kind of crazy. So I hope everybody's had a wonderful weekend. And if you haven't done it already, please share my videos. I'm trying to get some subscribers. I've been stuck at 64 for a while. I'd like to pump that up a little bit. And if you haven't already, also make sure you go over there, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell so you know when I post, and go over there and slam that other one. Slam it. Yeah. That's what I want you to do. Slam that like button. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Unless I do an unscheduled video tomorrow. Never know. That's why you need to ring the bell. Stay tuned for an encouraging word. The Word became flesh and made his dwelling among us. We have seen his glory, the glory of the one and only Son, who came from the Father, full of grace and truth. Again, that verse was referring to Jesus Christ. He came to live on earth and live a flesh life, even though he was still God, and he lived a sinless life. I really love John, the book of John. Not because my name is John, it just happens to be a coincidence, but I really love the book of John. So if you don't know much about the Bible or haven't read the book of John recently, I would advise that you do it. Awesome book. So other than that, hey, to all my trucking buddies out there, keep those tires turning, stay right side up, and keep making the money. To all my non-trucking friends out there, I'm not just a trucker. I talk about all different kinds of stuff. I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Bye.